Right, it's your boy Born Zero. First of all, happy Sunday, y'all. It's your boy Born Zero, aka the homeless Hokage, aka let me keep it clean for the first few seconds or so. Now, at first I was gonna give y'all like three major categories of points, but I'm starting to think like the last one ain't really that necessary. And that was really the changes that occurred in the anime, because now that I'm looking at it, it's not that they changed it, it's just that we got extra information, so it feels a little bit different as someone who read the shit. So the thing is, when we have the 5 Kage summit, they never really show the fact that they brought up Sasuke lost his Rinnegan and Kurama had died in that battle, but they do talk about Boruto transforming into Momoshiki. And it's not necessarily that they talked about it, it's just like Gaara responds like, yo dog, what's up with your son? But I think it's just that they didn't show that side of the conversation, because as readers we kind of felt like, yo, is Naruto trying to keep this a secret? Does he want them to not know that they got clapped up in that fight, like they fucked up? Like it's like, yes, we came home and we were victorious, but dog, it cost a lot. So as readers, we kind of thought that they were kind of keeping some shit a secret. But getting into my first real point, Naruto, you are not the old you. Now, what I felt like this episode was trying to do was gather around some of Naruto's closest friends, being Gaara and Sasuke. The only one who didn't really mention this was Shikamaru, and maybe he does get some time to say it in future episodes, or maybe he said it in the past and I didn't really realize it. But within that 5 Kage summit, there was some additional dialogue coming from Gaara, of course, bringing up the fact that, look, man, if Boruto transforms, are you able to clap his shit? In the manga, Naruto responds the way he did. He says, look, man, I will do what has to be done. And they're pretty much cool with that response. They're like, all right, cool, we believe you, my nigga. We fucking with you. However, in the anime, and I do like it, Gaara was stirring up the pot. He was kind of like, look, man, that's your son. You know, it takes a lot more than just your words, bro. Like, it's gonna be real in that moment. And on top of that, you no longer have Kurama. Now, when he says this, he's pretty much implying like, look, we don't even know how strong you are no more. This is an Otsutsuki. Like, this is a high-level threat, dog. If Momoshiki takes over, it could be you to get clapped. Not only because you are emotionally going to be weak at that point, seeing your son transform, but strength-wise, you may be weak, and we just don't know that. And this is also brought up with Sasuke. Now, Sasuke and Naruto did have some dialogue in the manga. We weren't able to see it. Essentially, what happens in the manga is Naruto is talking to Amado about the pills, right? And he's pretty much saying, look, me and Sasuke talked about it. Sasuke said he would do it, but me as a father, I don't know if I can do that shit. Now, I do like the fact that we got to see Sasuke and Naruto have this talk, and it kind of opened my eyes a bit with Sasuke. Like, looking at it from Sasuke's viewpoint, even though he is just his mentor, I believe, like, there's a stronger relationship between Sasuke and Boruto that has been shown in the anime. And I never really would have thought Sasuke would have issue. I don't even know why I'm thinking this though, but like, it makes sense. Sasuke was like, look, this nigga transformed. Even me, I couldn't bring myself to kill this nigga. So Naruto, how's it gonna be for you? Like, we gotta do this shit. Once again, bringing up the fact you no longer have Kurama. You might get clapped up, my nigga. Like, that's so fucking crazy. And this makes me think of Boruto slightly different than what I did before. Like, okay, this nigga turned into Momoshiki, we just gonna have to clap this nigga. This reminds me, or this brings me back to Amado's words where he's like, if Ashiki takes over Kawaki, the world is over. This shit is a wrap. I'm sort of leaning to believe Momoshiki taking over Boruto would be a bigger threat, because Boruto's pretty much, it's not that he's Otsutsuki, but he has that gene pool coming from Naruto, coming from Hinata. He has a lot of Otsutsuki genes within him. So that just leads me to believe Momoshiki taking over him is a way bigger threat than Ashiki taking over Kawaki, who was just like this random ass orphan found in the streets, and hey, we got lucky because his genes, I don't know, nigga, we got lucky. Now, to my second point, Amado's reputation. Now, just to like briefly go over the whole shit, I feel like what they were trying to do with Amado was trying to show like it wasn't so much of an easy process to get him to be on the scientific team, not necessarily because Amado wasn't cooperating, but within the Leaf Village, we kind of do not trust you all that yet. But they sped through that. They just wanted to show you initially, like, yo, look, we didn't just ask him and he joined. We kind of had a vote on this. We kind of had to, have a conversation. But I was actually surprised because, like, in the manga, it's like, hey, dog, you want a team? You in the village, you want a team. So what was shown here is initially he was not on Katasuke's team, but Sumire was working with him a little bit and still is. Now, another thing that was kind of different, was the pill promises. In the manga, Amado was like, look, dog, I don't even know if these shit's gonna work, to be honest with you. Like, all the backstory about the pills and the Byakugan, that was the same, but in this, Amado pretty much was like, look, man, this shit's gonna work. Like, yeah, basically, he was like, in theory, this shit should stop the whole shit. Like, this shit gonna work, trust me, my nigga. And I do like how he came up. Now, if you notice with Amado, he always seems to pop up when motherfuckers is emotionally stirring up. And I did, like, this was my favorite scene of the whole episode, because we have Boruto, I can't sleep, dad, and Naruto, consoling him and shit, and now all of a sudden this nigga sleepy. And not only that, because it was like, I felt like he was just being a father in that moment, because, of course, you're not going to tell your son, look, dog, this is going to get fucked up. I'm going to have to kill your ass. You ain't going to tell you that to your kid. You're going to, reassure him everything's going to be all right. But as soon as Boruto falls asleep, Naruto pretty much breaks down, and that's when Amado pulls up. Hey, I got these pills, my nigga. Trust me, this shit gonna work. And also, something about this, like, I don't want to, go too heavy into saying that there was differences between what Amado said about the pills, because it's not like you have to believe everything Amado says. It's just like they brought up the fact that he's not someone we necessarily trust. And although the dialogue different and the results were different, because it's kind of a hard thing to review, because it's not like they changed the story, but it's like they gave us more information that's making us think differently about what's going on. Because in the manga, we don't even know if the pills were working or not. It's just like, hey, bruh, it's been 2 weeks. I haven't really noticed anything. That's about it. Whereas in this, they pretty much tell you, hey, bro, this fucking extraction stopped, and we about to have the fucking tuning exams again. So it's like, it's slightly different, dog. We were like, the past few manga chapters, besides what's going on currently, we were kind of waiting it out. They were building shit up, intel and all that type of shit. We don't know if the pills is working. We don't know nothing. But at the end of the day, Amado does join the scientific team, and shit was cool. Now, if there was anything that was kind of like weird to me but funny, and it was the fucking time gap. Katasuke's like, dog, you might get taken over anywhere between 2 weeks to 6 months. What the fuck kind of time gap is that? Like, nigga, that's any day, pretty much. And another thing I guess I could add, I felt like this episode brought forward a lot of issues that were big fucking deals, but then they like quickly resolved them. And I don't know if it's because the anime is trying to get to a certain point in a certain set of time. I feel like we got enough time. I mean, nigga, fuck it, nigga, it's a weekly anime. It's not seasonal, so it's not like the season is ending anytime soon or some shit. Like, we got anime exclusive content. We could, get it in, or like, I don't know. Like, it's kind of weird, because it felt as if there was a miniature time gap within this episode. Like, it doesn't feel like all this happened in one day. It's because you can't just take one fucking pill and all of a sudden, hey man, it's working, and what the fuck, like, get the fuck out of here. Because in the manga, there was different theories going around about when the anime exclusive content would be, because the anime is getting so close to the manga, so niggas is kind of worried and shit. Personally, I'm not. I fuck with anime exclusive content. Niggas be calling it filler, that's why they scared. But there was like little things Kishimoto would write, like, oh, it's been 2 weeks since Boruto took the pills, so we assume like, oh, okay, there's gonna be like some anime exclusive for like a 2-week period. However, it just felt like this whole episode was in the span of weeks, because we had Amado, who wasn't initially in the fucking scientific team at the beginning of the episode, but whatever the fuck happens in between then and the end of the episode, he's on the team. Fucking Kawaki got a new arm and shit. Like, a lot of shit happened in this episode that seems like it would take more time than what we were given in this episode. So that's what I'm kind of curious about. And it feels like they're not even banned from doing missions anymore because one, the karma has stopped its progress. Sarda's like, yeah, we could go on missions again. Whereas in the manga, we didn't get none of that clarification. We're like, yo, these niggas is still banned. We don't know if the pills is working. Like I said, like we're pretty much in the dark. So we found out a lot of shit in this episode that we didn't even know currently in the manga. But I'm still excited so much chapter day, and that's all I really got. I feel like I got a little tongue twisted near the end because, like I said, I did like this episode. I do like the changes that they brought forward. But it's kind of like making me think about what's going on differently. Like it's like they shed new light on the current situation, whereas in the manga we were still left in mystery. We were still like, yo, what's going on? Well, at this point, something different's happening. But like I said, we didn't necessarily know. Like he pretty much took the pills, and that was that. Like he was like, I don't really notice anything, you know. But now we know that and Kawaki. He had mentioned Kawaki was on the pills. This was something that was kind of different to me too, because that wasn't in the manga. But like I said, this brings me back towards, I don't necessarily believe everything Amado has been saying, because it does make sense. Kawaki's karma seal didn't really progress that fast until he met Boruto. Or like when Boruto got his karma, it was like all of a sudden it just seemed fast. It seemed fast. And they gave it up to resonation. Like the two karma seals resonated. That's why his progress so fast. But I don't know. I don't really know if Amado been giving that nigga them pills. Speaking of Kawaki, I don't know. I don't really know. And I don't think it's bad writing. I don't think it's like random shit being tossed in. I think we're really supposed to be unsure about what's going on. So I can't like knock them for that. It's just extra information, but we don't know, if it's true or false. I don't know, nigga. But that's all I got. Peace. And forgive me, because I was kind of trying to put this shit together in my brain as I started filming. That's how I think. But it's like, dog, nigga, but peace. Happy Sunday. I'll see y'all niggas in a few days. What's today? It's the 17th. I'll see y'all niggas in 3 days probably. So peace, take care.